key to not get caught into the Hollywood hype thing of going for hits and going for the goal. I think the important thing in life is the process.
For a man like Patrick, who is always into intense activity, his image in the eyes of fans is of great combat scenes, performing amazing dances, or singing on movie soundtrack. Patrick possesses always the dream of any actor eager to participate in art. But you know, the mysteries buried with his life and thoughts still lurk behind. Something you would not believe. Patrick Swayze's initial concern upon learning he had pancreatic cancer was the book penned by the actor himself prior to his 57-year-old death reveals this man's intense want to live. It's hardly coincidental that he is still concerned about what he had to do to grow up morally before he passed away. Being a decent person and doing good actions always fascinated him. Everything seems to be more than just a person's kind nature or compassionate heart. Secrets deep-rooted in his thoughts turned into terrible personal demons. Come discover with us the sad secrets costing Patrick Swayze his life and career. Let us now individually and gently and in great detail expose each secret. The entertainment business was permanently changed by American actor, dancer, and singer-songwriter Patrick Wayne Swayze, celebrated for his adaptability and charm. Swayze was particularly good at capturing a broad spectrum of characters, from fierce action heroes to romantic leads and comic figures. Viewers all across were enthralled with his charismatic on-screen presence, which brought him honors and respect over his career. In 1987's Dirty Dancing, Swayze landed one of his most famous performances as the gifted and refined dance instructor Johnny Castle. His captivating performance in the movie solidified his reputation as a heartthrob and leading man in addition to displaying his remarkable dancing skills. Dirty Dancing is a renowned classic since Swayze and his co-star Jennifer Grey had obvious chemistry. Swayze played in another remarkable part in the paranormal romance movie Ghost 3 years later. Audiences responded powerfully to his performance as Sam Wheat, a slain man returning as a ghost to guard his beloved, and he received praise from critics. Ghost shot to become one of the year's highest-grossing movies, thanks to Swayze's moving performance, hence confirming Swayze's reputation as a Hollywood heavyweight. Swayze possessed also great singing-songwriting ability. He co-wrote and recorded the smash song She's Like the Wind, which ran on the Dirty Dancing album and shot to top charts. His musical contributions gave his artistic legacy still another level of complexity, therefore reinforcing his reputation as a multifarious performer. But the toll of his battles shorted his career and life. Any feeling of order depends on us seeing his life from the very start. Patrick Wayne Swayze was born on August 18, 1952. His path started in Houston, Texas. He lived in a family steeped in the arts. His early upbringing was much shaped by his parents, Patsy Swayze and Jesse Wayne Swayze. Renowned dancer, choreographer, and dance teacher Patsy taught Patrick early on a passion for movement and expression. Jesse, an engineering draftsman, supported the family in the meantime. Patrick attended St. Rose of Lima Catholic School, Oak Forest Elementary School, Black Middle School, and Waltrip High School, among other institutions, growing up in Houston's Oak Forest area. Deeply ingrained in artistic expression, Swayze's path into the fields of dance and theater started early. Growing up, he seemed naturally drawn to theater and movement. Swayze studied dance, theater, and other performing arts from early life. His natural ability and commitment soon became clear, drawing compliments from peers and teachers both. Swayze found a great feeling of direction and identity in the performing arts as he dug more into the domains of dance and theater. Here he discovered his calling, focusing his energy and imagination on developing his trade and learning the nuances of movement, expression, and narrative. Swayze's exposure to theater and dance set the stage for a legendary career distinguished by fervor, dedication, and an unflinching love of his trade. Early events in the performing arts would help to define his life path and guide him toward being a cultural icon and much-loved celebrity in the entertainment industry. Patrick's path veers unexpectedly after a knee injury destroys his dreams of pursuing football on a scholarship, despite his varied hobbies and talents, including ice dancing, classical ballet, and acting in school plays. Not having this loss stop him, he resorted to martial arts, including wushu, taekwondo, and aikido, as a means of release for his inner conflict and competitive drive. Still, his life would veer completely another way. Patrick started a new journey in New York City in 1972 in search of additional dance instruction at the Joffrey Ballet Schools and Harkness Ballet. American choreographer Elliot Feld noticed his commitment and love of dancing and imagined a ballet between Patrick and the great Mikhail Baryshnikov. But a knee repair momentarily diverted Patrick's dreams. This did not stop his road to fame, though. His first professional dancing performance for the Disney theatrical group set off an incredible career path. Turning now to the theater, Swayze captivated audiences with his charm and talent as Danny Zuko in the Broadway production of Grease took the front stage. Swayze entered the movie business in 1979 when he debuted Ace in Skate Town, USA. Accepting the disco age, he made a striking appearance in a Pabst Blue Ribbon advertisement set in a disco-style nightclub, with prominent parts in TV shows like M.A.S.H., where he played Private Sturgis, and the TV movie Return of the Rebels. His small screen presence was similarly influential. Moving to Los Angeles in search of a change from the theater to the world of television and movies marked still another turning point in his career. In Los Angeles, Swayze found a cutthroat and merciless business environment where chances were few and success elusive. Not deterred, he threw himself into casting calls and auditions, relentlessly improving his abilities and looking for parts that would highlight his gift. When Swayze won his first television part, his tenacity paid off and set the stage for a great career in the medium. By means of his tiny screen work, he developed his acting skills and acquired invaluable experience, therefore preparing him for his ultimate move to the silver screen. Patrick Swayze experienced the great death of his father in 1982, a very personal tragedy that would profoundly affect his life during the highs and lows of his growing profession. Swayze turned to his job for comfort as he battled the loss and anguish accompanying his father's death, immersing himself in his acting projects with fresh energy and resolve. By means of his performances, he channeled his feelings and experiences, therefore providing catharsis and self-expression from his trade. The embraces of his loved ones gave Swayze also solace and support. Swayze's career kept developing during these tough circumstances. With his participation in films like 1983's The Outsiders, Swayze found himself thrown into Hollywood's limelight. As C's older brother, he gave a riveting performance. Rob Lowe and Thomas Howell gained accolades for dramatic depth. His performance as a Marine Corps trainer in Uncommon Valor, later the same year, came second. Still, his major success came from an unanticipated direction. He was worried about being typecast as a dancer. Hence, he was reluctant to accept a part in Dirty Dancing. Swayze was trying to prove he was a flexible actor not limited by his dancing ability. But finally, he chose to do the part since he saw the character's potential and the movie. His part in Dirty Dancing would finally prove to be a turning point in his career, launching him into global recognition and solidifying his reputation as a Hollywood superstar. Swayze gave a career-defining performance in Dirty Dancing, giving Johnny Castle nuance, subtlety, and charm. His performance turned out to be a victory, garnering him much praise and launching him into superstardom. The popularity of the movie launched him into the Hollywood scene and permanently altered his professional path, therefore confirming his reputation as one of the most beloved and iconic personalities in the business. A popular 1987 American romantic drama dance picture, Dirty Dancing is still a timeless classic, appreciated by viewers all across even after all these years. Under Emile Artolino's direction, Jennifer Grey's young woman Frances Baby Houseman, who is seduced into a passionate romance with dancing instructor Johnny Castle, played by Swayze during a summer vacation at a resort, tells her story, filmed against the gorgeous setting of Mountain Lake, Virginia, and Lake Lure, North Carolina. Dirty Dancing won over viewers right away. Originally showing at the Cannes Film Festival in May 1987, the movie attracted praise from critics and box office success, earning more than $214 million globally. Grey and Swayze's on-screen chemistry, which faithfully and charmingly brought Baby and Johnny to life, won praise from critics apart from that. The film's gripping soundtrack became rather well known and produced multi-platinum CDs as well as honors like the Academy Award, Golden Globe Award, and Grammy Award for the hit song, The Time of Our Life. Additionally inspired by Dirty Dancing is a vivid franchise that still enthralls viewers across several media. From a prequel called Dirty Dancing Havana Nights and a successful stage production to a television series and reality competition program, the film's legacy lives through its undented appeal and cultural significance. Filming Dirty Dancing was a difficult but finally satisfying project. The production had several difficulties, including bad weather and logistical problems, notwithstanding the appeal of the shooting sites. Although the filming barely lasted 43 days, the cast and crew had to deal with extreme heat and a rigorous shooting schedule. Uncomfortable working conditions resulted from the strong heat combined with the filming gear needed. The rigorous nature of the shoot suffered the cast. Numerous incidences needed medical intervention. Patrick Swayze, who wanted to do his stunts, once suffered a knee injury on camera and needed to visit a hospital. The actors and crew endured these difficulties anyway. Originally strained by past tensions, Swayze and Gray's on-screen connection was revived with producer and director intervention, producing performances that connected with viewers all around. Especially some of the most unforgettable scenes in the movie sprang from improvisation and spontaneity. The movie gained a real and appealing touch from incidents like Gray's excessive laughing during a scene with Swayze, which was finally kept in the final cut. One enduring classic and cultural phenomenon is Dirty Dancing. Critical praise also followed suit, praising its depiction of a bygone period full of good intentions and wealth. The New York Times called it a metaphor for America in the early 1960s. Still, views differed. While some praised Jennifer Gray's performance and character development, others attacked the film's storyline as formulaic and uninspired. Audiences connected to the movie, which exceeded demographic forecasts to draw adult viewers drawn in by its nostalgic appeal and moving subjects. Having great popularity both domestically and abroad at the box office, the movie's influence went beyond the movie theater to affect dance lessons all throughout America. Furthermore, the resort where Dirty Dancing was filmed has profited from its affiliation with the much-loved movie by providing themed weekend events. These activities include dance classes, guided tours of production sites, movie screenings, themed parties, and lawn game, therefore giving viewers immersive experiences evocative of the movie's setting. Mount Holyoke College has also included the movie into its customs, showing it yearly for first-year students, especially stressing the line, "Babies joining Mount Holyoke in the fall." This custom emphasizes the continuous appeal of the movie and its importance to the campus community. Other adaptations of Dirty Dancing have also motivated several media outlets. For example, a music tour called Dirty Dancing Live in Concert visited 90 locations in 3 months in 1988, including performances by Bill Medley and Eric Carmen, therefore accentuating the musical legacy of the movie. In October 1988, CBS started a weekly television series including Melora Hardin as Baby and Patrick Cassidy as Johnny. But after 10 episodes, the show was canceled without the original cast or staff. Starring Romola Garay and Diego Luna, a prequel movie called Dirty Dancing Havana Nights debuted in 2004. Though Patrick Swayze made a cameo, critics of the movie largely gave it poor marks. Furthermore, the venerable tale on stage, Dirty Dancing, premiered in 2004 as a musical production. Under Eleanor Bergstein's direction, the show had commercial success, received good review, and enjoyed sell-off runs in the UK's West End, Germany, and Australia, among other nations. Although the movie has a strong legacy of its own, Swayze's extraordinary popularity brought him much praise and a Golden Globe Award nomination. Later parts in movies like 1989's Roadhouse confirmed his reputation as a leading man in Hollywood by proving his command of the screen with his tough appeal and unquestionable skill. Over the 1990s, Swayze kept enthralling viewers with his outstanding performances. Released in 1990, Swayze gave a remarkable performance of Sam Wheat in the romantic thriller Ghost, which won critical praise and another Golden Globe nomination for his subtle acting with co-stars Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg, and Tony Goldwyn. rising to be the top-grossing movie of the year. Ghost connected with viewers all across and permanently changed popular culture, still imprinted in cinematic history. The famous scene with Swayze and Moore at a pottery wheel represents the film's ageless appeal and emotional range. Building on Ghost's popularity, Swayze starred alongside Keanu Reeves in the fast-paced, action-packed thriller Point Break in 1991 to prove his flexibility. Further praise came from his compelling on-screen presence, therefore confirming his image as a top guy in Hollywood. People magazine awarded Swayze the title of Sexiest Man Alive in 1991 based on his compelling appeal and unquestionable talent, therefore securing his reputation as a hottie of the time. For decades, the yearly article Sexiest Man Alive, which typically features well-known people who epitomize charm, charisma, and physical appeal, has defined male attractiveness in popular culture. The choice of Swayze as the sexiest man alive in the July 22, 1991 edition represented a turning point in the history of the feature. At 38, Swayze embodied not only great physical beauty but also broad appeal and cultural importance. Celebrated for his skill as an actor, dancer, and musician, Swayze won over viewers with his compelling film presence and unvarnished charm. Beyond his remarkable appearance, Swayze's performance of legendary characters in movies like Ghost and Dirty Dancing confirmed his cultural phenomenon reputation. In 1997, Swayze also received honors with a star on the famous Hollywood Walk of Fame. But in 1997, his career suffered when he was filming HBO's Letters from a Killer and suffered major injuries. Swayze showed resiliency in his recuperation despite several fractured bones and tendon problems. He finally returned to the cinema in 2000 with Melanie Griffith in Forever Lulu. In the 1995 film To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Swayze's adaptability as an actor was further highlighted when he played one of 3 drag queens caught in a tiny town. His dedication to several parts confirmed his passion to his trade and strengthened his reputation as a loved and esteemed person in the entertainment business. Early in the 2000s, Patrick Swayze kept proving his adaptability as an actor by accepting demanding and varied roles that emphasized his range and ability. Critics praised Swayze's nuanced and mysterious motivational speaker with a sinister secret in 2001's cult classic, Donnie Darko, therefore helping to contribute to the film's ongoing popularity among viewers. Swayze co-starred alongside Billy Bob Thornton and Charlize Theron in 2002's Waking Up in Reno, a comedy drama about 2 eccentric couples on an unusual road journey to a monster truck event in Reno, following his remarkable performance in Donnie Darko. Though opinions were divided, Swayze's performance gave the ensemble cast complexity and highlighted his comic timing and flexibility. Swayze demonstrated his action hero ability in the ambitious adaptation, thereby addressing the part of Alan Quatermain in King Solomon's Mines in 2004. Though in a prequel environment, he also had a cameo in 2004's Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, resuming his connection to the renowned franchise as an unidentified dancing instructor. 2003 was a big year for Swayze since he co-produced and starred alongside his wife Lisa Nemi in One Last Dance, a fictitious dance film exploring ideas of love, loss, and atonement. Their creative relationship and love of narrative helped them to contribute to the production and music of the movie, therefore transcending their acting role. Making his stage debut in London's West End in the 2006 musical Guys and Dolls, Swayze enthralled audiences with his performance of Nathan Detroit, alongside a gifted group cast. His comeback to the stage highlighted his resolve to welcome fresh challenges and his lifelong love of the performing arts. Later cinematic appearances for Swayze included voicing Cash, the country music band Dog in 2006's The Fox and the Hound 2, and playing an aging rock singer in 2009's Powder Blue, a moving drama marking his first on-screen collaboration with his brother, Don Swayze. Yet he showed incredible tenacity and commitment to his trade. Critics praised Swayze's performance as the height of his career, stressing his relentless dedication and love of performing even under hardship. Celebrated for his charismatic appeal and unquestionable talent, Patrick Swayze became a global phenomenon outside of Hollywood glory. This position resulted from his multifarious influence on popular culture, transcassing simple celebrity status to profoundly affect the culture of his day. His indisputable talent and captivating appeal elevated him above mere Hollywood stars. Swayze redefined masculinity in movies. Swayze brought to his performances a unique mix of sensitivity, strength, and vulnerability, qualities absent from conventional action heroes. Audiences responded strongly to this subtle portrayal of masculinity, which subverted accepted preconceptions and provided a more realistic and multifarious picture of manhood. His legendary performances went beyond simple entertainment to create cultural events unto themselves. Beyond his movies, Swayze's hardships and victories added to his cultural resonance. Underneath his surface of on-screen appeal, though, Swayze battled personal problems and buried truths. Swayze struggled inside despite his apparent success. He battled alcoholism for 10 years following the loss of his father. Though mostly unseen to the public, these difficulties influenced his path as a man as much as an actor. Swayze's story revolved mostly around his competitive mentality and the continuous quest for approval, especially from his father. Growing up in a typical Texan home, Swayze felt the weight of family expectations and pushed himself to be great in all he did. His search for approval drove his will to land a Hollywood job. Over his career, Swayze pursued not only professional honors, but also the elusive validation he yearned for from his father. His performances were driven by a need for attention, which gave his characters an intensity and passion viewers would find appealing. Still, Swayze was plagued by the specter of unmet expectations even with his successes, and he simply couldn't cope when his father died. In his posthumously published memoir, Time of My Life, he openly tackled the problems with alcohol that followed his father's death. For almost 10 years, Swayze was consuming massive amounts. Though on the outside successful, within he battled seemingly insurmountable personal demons. In a moving interview footage included in the documentary I Am Patrick Swayze, he admitted to experiencing haunting thoughts from within. Swayze's marriage to Lisa Nemi, who he wed in 1975, suffered as well from this conflict. Their relationship had difficulties even if it was full of love. Nemi spoke of the emotional roller coaster Swayze experienced, saying that when left alone, he alternated between bubbliness and later crashes. Their friendship survived these difficulties. Swayze sought help for his alcohol problem in 1993, but his journey to recovery was not without challenges. Nemi moved out following a 2003 relapse until Swayze promised to once more seek treatment. Though Patrick Swayze battled personal issues, his life was defined by love, fortitude, and a search for self-discovery. Married on June 12, 1975, he had a close and long relationship with his wife, Lisa Nemi, which endured for 34 years until his death. The pair survived life's highs and lows together, Lisa bearing one miscarriage throughout their marriage even though they had no children of their own. Their love story started in 1970 when Swayze, then 18, ran across 14-year-old Nemi, who was learning dance from Swayze's mother. This meeting set the groundwork for a lifetime of marriage. In a 2008 interview, Swayze revealed that Nemi inspired his sincere 1987 song She's Like the Wind, therefore highlighting the depth of their emotional relationship and the great impact she had on his artistic expression. Reflecting Swayze's open-minded attitude to faith and belief systems, his road of self-examination even took him down several spiritual pathways. Seeking to develop and comprehend many aspects of his identity, he dug into disciplines including Soka Gakkai Buddhism, EST training, therapy, and transcendental meditation. Swayze embraced a variety of religious ideas, even though he faced obstacles and encountered mistrust in his own Texas. He stayed firm in his search for enlightenment. The actor's 10-year struggle with alcoholism, which followed the loss of his father, became public evidence of his will to overcome difficulty, seeking comfort and healing. Swayze withdrew momentarily from the public to concentrate on his recuperation and follow his love of breeding Arabian horses on his ranches in California and Las Vegas, New Mexico. Among his most valuable assets was Taman, an Arabian stallion chestnut. His love of flying and his daring nature have resulted in several headline-grabbing events. Swayze ran across a pressurization issue in 2000 while flying his twin-engine Cessna 414, Therefore, he made a cautious landing at Prescott Valley, Arizona. He came out of the horrific event unharmed, although later studies found residues of alcohol in outside compartments unreachable during flight. Once more, a second aviation accident in 2006 on a NEMI trip challenged their will as they negotiated engine failure and a loss of power before making a safe landing at Van Nuys. Following events, the pair decided to upgrade their aircraft and bought a Beechcraft Super King Air to keep exploring together. Patrick Swayze left an enduring legacy that goes beyond the silver screen by personifying resilience, love, and the relentless search for self-discovery through successes and losses. But all of this came down in late December 2007, soon after the pilot episode of The Beast was finished, when he started having gastrointestinal trouble that doctors eventually linked to a blockage in his bile ducts. Concern grew when he learned he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer in the middle of January 2008. Swayze had chemotherapy and even took part in Stanford University Medical Center's experimental programs. He stayed strong in his struggle against cancer within the whirlpool of rumors and tabloid accounts of his failing condition. Though pancreatic cancer has a terrible prognosis, he voiced hope and will to go on his job and life to the very best. Swayze's doctor gave a ray of optimism despite the severity of his illness. He confirmed that his disease was not as progressed as reported in the media. He also appeared on the Stand Up to Cancer telethon in September 2008, delivering a moving message of hope and resiliency, pushing viewers to help cancer research and treatment initiatives. Audiences and fellow cancer sufferers both found great resonance in his brave attitude and relentless energy, hence strengthening his legacy as a warrior against hardship. Patrick Swayze battled pancreatic cancer valiantly, but finally, his fight came to an end on September 14, 2009, at the age of 57. His death was the end of a 20-month odyssey with highs and lows, but defined by his grace and unwavering will, not only via his legendary performances, but also by his relentless energy and unflinching bravery against impossible circumstances. Swayze's legacy endures. Remarrying Albert DePrisco in 2014 brought Lisa Nemi comfort after Swayze passed on September 14, 2009. She carries Swayze in her heart even as she moves forward with her life. By means of the documentary I Am Patrick Swayze, today's audience can acquire an understanding of the complexity of Swayze's life and the lasting impression he left on the entertainment business as well as on the hearts of people who knew him. Swayze's influence on popular culture as well as his extraordinary skills as an actor, dancer, and musician remain multifarious even years after his death. His road was not without difficulty, though. His father's death profoundly impacted him, changing his perspective on life and inspiring his quest for success. Reflecting on his challenges with personal demons and inner conflict, Swayze's fight with alcoholism, which he freely admitted, was another obstacle he encountered. Notwithstanding these obstacles, Swayze's tenacity and will drove him to reach amazing success in Hollywood. His legendary performances in movies like Dirty Dancing and Ghost confirmed his reputation as a popular and respected actor, therefore winning him critical praise and general recognition. Audiences responded strongly to his ability to portray honesty and real feelings on screen, therefore establishing his position in film history. Tragically, Swayze's fight with pancreatic cancer finally brought about his early death. Still, his legacy speaks to supporters all around, even in death. His film's continuing popularity, the honors made to him by fellow actors and business executives, and his innumerable supporters all point to his continuous impact. Swayze's influence goes beyond entertainment as well. Many people have been motivated to face their difficulties and get treatment when needed by his candor about his battles with cancer and drinking. In this sense, his legacy reminds us of the need of living life to the utmost and the strength of endurance, therefore acting as a lighthouse of hope and resilience. Because of his brilliance, bravery, and relentless energy, Patrick Swayze made an enduring impression on the world that made him relevant long after his death. Fans of him value his contributions to movies and respect his fortitude against hardship. So he is still a respected person in popular culture. That is it for now. Thanks for seeing. You should not miss the really amazing video currently shown on your screen.